Oh boy, this is not something I thought I was going to say, but this is a crazy product to get in 2024. This is British Airways from London Heathrow to Oslo on a seat older than me. I have a lot of thoughts, and I have a few complaints. So, let's get on with it. My journey starts here, in Heathrow Terminal 3. Yes, British Airways also operates a select number of flights from this terminal. And I look in horror at the amount of people in the crowded claustrophobic check-in area as I check in for my first flight of the summer holidays. Filmed in late June, this is obviously peak time, and means that hundreds of school kids and their families will be flying to whatever Spanish island was on booking.com for the cheapest price. British Airways has a fairly small check-in area for a flagship hub airport, but of course, this is because of the much nicer, much larger Terminal 5 at Heathrow, where your flight would probably leave from. As you may see, most of the One World Alliance carriers and quite a few non-Alliance carriers fly to this terminal, meaning that there are many different types of people here. I've never liked Terminal 3. Crowded, low ceilings. Just not my thing. Security is situated above the check-in zone, meaning that if you need the loo, you need to go before. Then, you pass into this unusual looking security screening zone, where it looks, or at least at the time of filming, as if this is a temporary building site. Security here is quite small, and just after we were filtered into this reminder of Stansted Airport, we filled up our water bottles at these stations, and made our way through this maze, and into a crowded sitting place, with a number of restaurants and cafes, as well as a W.H. Smith and Boots. When this was filmed, the massive computer breakdown by CrowdStrike was happening, and many of these stores were experiencing IT problems, so they didn't have many options. Well, let's go. Flight to Oslo. We're boarding soon. We're gate 3A in Heathrow Terminal 3. And yes, we're flying British Airways from Terminal 3. I'm not a fan of Terminal 3 right now. It's so crowded, and the the shops and restaurants are completely lacks natural light. I am not a fan of Terminal 3 at all. It's really claustrophobic and tight, and there are just so many people in such a small-ish terminal. So, I mean, I can't help it, because I'd prefer definitely to go by Terminal 5, but it's not my fault, I can't help it. But, in the future I would love to avoid Terminal 3, because it's not my thing. Now, you don't have to sit there, and there are other, much nicer places to spend your time, but we thought we were only just spending 2 hours at this airport. Subtle foreshadowing. So, 2 hours go by, and I start to worry about when my gate will be announced. I stroll over to the departures board, and I see our flight has been delayed until 10 o'clock or so. Only 2 hours more. How bad can that be, I think? But, as a 13-year-old at the time, I get bored easily, and with the lack of chargers and amount of people, my phone is draining. We do end up finding some chargers in front of another tourist memorabilia shop. 2 hours pass by, and our gate is finally showing on the board. Time to head over to gate 3A. This is the gate area where most A380s park, so we do end up by 2 Emirates A380s and 1 Qantas A380. What a treat.
Ready to board this flight to Oslo from London Heathrow Airport, Terminal 3, the terminal I do not like. My least favourite Heathrow terminal now. That's that, definitely. Wow, light's broken. Let's get
Now, just a quick reminder that if you aren't already subscribed, then maybe do? This is my seat for today, seat 11A. Oh, and would you look at this cabin? This is a very old design on this Airbus A319. The seats even have no headrests.
well, this is the seat. It's actually quite old for this BA 8320 flying us to Oslo. It's got a coat hook, it's got a table, it's got a nice, like, pocket with a few safety card and a magazine in it. And that's basically all. No chargers, no plugs, and surprisingly, no adjustable headrests. This is a very old plane, and the seats are actually very wide. Recline is also supported, and there's actually quite a lot of cushioning, though the seats aren't actually that comfortable. So yeah, this plane is going to take us to Oslo. Let's go.
So here we are, taxiing to the runway for our takeoff towards Oslo. Sped up, obviously. Funnily enough, the sound made here by the A319 usually sounds like a barking dog, but here sounds like birds. Time for takeoff out of beautiful London. Now, right here, after takeoff, we get to see the beautiful English sunset before ascending into darkness. If you have watched my videos recently, you know that my microphone often cuts out, or I just completely neglect it while filming, which could mean that you couldn't hear at all what I was saying. But right now, I'm in the British Airways bathroom, which I find quite good compared to other aircraft bathrooms, especially the newer ones. It is a perfectly fine bathroom, if you ask me, with plenty of amenities. As soon as I get back to the seat, the crew have started to hand out snacks and drinks, jammy dodgers or nuts, and a good old Harrogate water bottle. Simple, but just enough for this flight. Soon enough, the flight is coming to an end, and I just want to take this time to remind you to subscribe. It really can help your favourite creators like me get recognised, and can mean you'll be able to see more of the videos you love. Oh boy, what a landing. Definitely a 7 out of 10. And welcome to beautiful Oslo. Overall, I give this flight a solid 6 out of 10. Definitely a strange seat product, and not the best with a delay. but a fair experience. Thanks, BA. I know, I've seen. Oh my gosh, welcome to Oslo, welcome to Norway. I'm very tired. That flight was delayed for a while. We were meant to arrive way earlier. Well, do you think that flight was good? Let me know down in the comments. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.